is the year of the righteous. This is the year of God's people, so to speak, right? It's the year where we'll just see the manifestations of the sons and daughters. Not only that, it will just be very clear in the world, in the nations, all over the world, who God's people are. You will be able to see that. It will be clear. It will be distinct. There will be a clear distinction. Why? Because not only because of the manifestations of the sons and daughters, manifestations of the old men and women, and manifestations of the young men, right, and youth, but also the fact that there will be just blessings, like where everything else is happening in the world, where there's a casting down everywhere else, but you see this one righteous person or that righteous person or that, nothing is happening to them. They are exempt, much like in the time of Egypt in the Bible, where the Israelites were there under Joseph, and then when the Pharaoh died and all that, things became bad for the Israelites. They were in Goshen, right? But when God sent Moses to go deliver the people, his people, right? And Moses was dealing with Pharaoh, and all the plagues were coming. I think there were about 10 or 12 plagues. 10 or 12 different things that happened in order for Pharaoh to let them go, right? God was just playing with Pharaoh and having his fun. But we see that while everything was happening in Egypt, nothing happened in Goshen, right? They were exempt, even down to where the firstborn sons were dying in Egypt, all over Egypt. It didn't happen to the people of Israel. People of Israel, people in Goshen, right? The Israelites, right? So they were exempt. So that's what we will see in this year. Like, the righteous will be exempt of everything going on around the world. It'll be very clear. There'll be a very clear distinction who the people of God are, right? So much like we say, there'll be many blessings. There'll be manifestations. I dare say, even things that we don't hear about, miracles that we don't hear about, we haven't heard about before, signs and wonders that we've not heard about before, will be taking place this year. And there's also a word for those who would try to step on or do anything to God's people, who would try to harm them in any way. There is a word for them, and that word is woe to them, right? Let's take a look at Matthew chapter 5, right? Matthew chapter 5 is telling us all those blessed are those who, right? But I want to say, all of these are important, right? But let's take a look at verse 11 and verse 10 and verse all the way to 10, verse 10 to 12. So it says, blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you, right? So all of that, right? We know from this scripture we can gather that the righteous, right? They kind of go through a lot, right? Insults and falsely accused, right? Evils done to you, persecutions and all that because of righteousness, because you are the children of God. But it says, blessed are you in this year as the righteous. And of course, woe to that person who does this to you. Woe to that person who will try to insult you in this year. Woe to those people who persecute you. Woe to those people who falsely accuse you in this year 2026. So it promises to be an amazing year.